All right. I'm also testing out OBS, so I'm recording a
Oh, nice.
backup
Okay.
because I've never actually used OBS before.
That's somewhat simple once you put your stuff in there.
Yeah, I thought it would be a lot more complicated. I
Nah,
wish I had another monitor that I could
I need
could
to
set up just for
think of other
recording.
monitors. I need to get a power wire for the monitor. The power wire is dead, so I need to get it from Amazon because I tried doing the warranty thing, but they're like, "Here's an RMA, pay for shipping." I'm like, I might as well get a power wire from Amazon if that was the case.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
All right. Who was it that wasn't here last time? It was Brax, right?
Brax.
All right. So Brax, last time, they went to El Torchel Academy for young sorcerers and wizards for their first day of teaching. They got there early, so they were able to get in on some gossip at the teacher breakfast. They learned that Victoro and Amala Castellanter are playing it really cool with the kidnapping of their daughter Elzerna. They're trying to project strength, even though the whole city knows that their daughter got kidnapped. If they start acting weak or cowardly, the other nobles will seize upon that weakness and try to take control of their house. Um, I don't know if you listened to the recap that Schizo posted, but Elzerna, we gave her the soul coin of Osvalando, so Elzerna can cast the Chain Devil's ability anytime or once a day. She can do that to defend herself, so she's not a completely defenseless NPC that y'all have to babysit all the time. Um, and Aranax gained the ability to turn back into his stone form, so Blinken can just fit him in a pouch and then call Aranax back when y'all need the actual dragon around, because Aranax was getting too big. That will cost Blinken, what did I say, 1d12 or 120 of health? I think I said 1d12.
Yeah, it's 1d12.
1d12 of health every time he has to do that. Schema Weird Bottle came back to Trollskull Manor, and the crew told her everything about kidnapping Elzerna Castellanter and getting the other red stone. But you did not tell him about Aranax being able to turn back into a stone. You just told him that he was asleep upstairs or something. Because Schemo doesn't know about Big Aranax. Then they debated what to do with Elzerna while they went to the school. They decided not to leave Elzerna alone because she's a child. She's 8 years old, so they didn't trust her by herself, and they didn't want to hire a nanny for the day. So Huel is casting a permanent uh, grow spell on Elzerna that makes her as tall as everybody else, and then using a disguise kit, they make her look like an adult. So she kind of looks like a human female that's following you around. All of you plus Schema went to the school and adopted your disguises. Elzerna is pretending to be Huel's teaching assistant because she cannot be more than 30 feet away from him, or the enlarge spell breaks on her. While they were at school, everybody did one. We're doing like a fun role play thing where you get to pick how to teach a class, and then you have one action that you can perform inside the school per day. Um, Inchi tried to learn magic by pretending to be a student, but he failed his deception check, so he'll have to try again. Huel's, we'll get to Huel in a second. Blinken, what was your one action?
It was pretty much showing the differences between wood, like to the kids, and saying that the kid was bored about the wood or whatever. So I'm like, oh, what about this? And I pulled out like a perfectly made arrow that I've done. And I threw it, and it was
Yes,
straight. And then obviously I did some oblong looking arrow, kind of cut a feather here and there, and then cut it, and it just went everywhere. So just kind of
yes,
importing, important stuff about wood crafting.
yes. You became Tenzero Castellanter, Elzerna's twin brother. You became his favorite teacher because you taught him about weapons and how to see the quality of weapons for yourself, so you're never handed a dangerous weapon or ripped off by being given a subpar weapon. You also then spent more time gossiping with the teachers and finding out what the Castellanters were up to. And Huel, for his action for the day, spied on the Castellanters while they had a meeting with Avi, the used cart salesman. Huel discovered that the Castellanters worship Avi, the used cart salesman, and that Avi is some kind of fallen lord. They didn't find out much more about that. Avi was going to back out of their deal, some deal that they made, because they didn't have Elzerna anymore, so they couldn't sacrifice her. But the Castlanters said that they would find another Castlanter to sacrifice, and they would sacrifice Tenzero in order to do something to the Xanathar Guild. You don't know the details of that. In order for Tenzero to be a worthy sacrifice, he has to prove to the community, he has to prove that he is an upstanding member of the community. And the way the Castlanters are going to do that is by forcing Tenzero to play at the talent show. They're going to give him Froggy's golden mandolin, the golden axe, which is a magical lute that can play itself. So they're basically going to fake him having a bunch of talent at the talent show. He'll be an upstanding member of the community. Then the Castlanters are going to sacrifice him and get something from Avi in return. Tenzero is a willing sacrifice. He called Elzerna weak because she never wanted to be sacrificed. Tenzero basically wants to become some kind of demon, just like Osvaldo. Do we have any questions before we get started?
Negative.
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
No, I'm good.
Okie dokie. So, since you weren't here last time, Thorgrim, let's give you an action at school during the day. We'll basically say that Inchi is. Well, actually, let me find out where y'all's tokens are real quick. There we go. There we go. We made you Inchi's little follower, so I'll get your token right.
I mean, Inchi is
He
the
is on
upper
top.
half.
The upper half. But
Yeah.
y'all
Yeah.
also said that y'all were willing to change your sizes and looks frequently as a way to test the students on figuring out if somebody around them was disguised. And you actually ran that by upper management, the dean, the administrator of the school, Thea El Torchel, Lady Thea El Torchel, and she said it was a great idea. So y'all have permission to disguise yourselves to look differently and claim that you are the magic defense teacher, Mr. Grung.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Well,
yep. So you are at this school map. You basically have one action that you can perform in the school per day. We'll say that you do it on your off time or at some point when Inchi's teaching and you're not. And you don't really have to justify like getting out of the classroom or going somewhere. It's just kind of your free action in the school for the day. If you can't think of one, we will skip your turn and start the next day.
is there an alchemical lab in the school?
Yeah, Blinken's classroom up here is kind of a guild master's classroom, so there'd be all kinds of alchemical stuff in there. There is also the sorcery room up here where Lord Thesp El Torchel teaches all different kinds of magic. Maybe there's something there. Or you could spend a turn scoping your day scoping out the school to figure out if there's any other alchemical things in this school.
I'm going to spend the entire day searching for what I would hope to be the most valuable item
Ooh,
in the school.
the most valuable item.
I
Okay,
want to know where it is. Not that I'm going to do anything with it. I just want to find it.
okay. You are going to roll me two different checks. You're going to roll me a perception check, and that one's for the general treasure list I've set up. And then you're going to roll me, actually, just roll a perception check with advantage.
Advantage. 19.
Oh, fuck, that was really good. All right, so you're actually going to find two things. Give me a second. Let me read here.
Also, I'm assuming we've long rested since the last time I was here.
Yes, yes.
God, 2 failures, a success, and 15 HP.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not looking so good, are you?
I wasn't, no.
Oh, real quick while I'm reading here. The setup for the heist is this. Victoro's going to summon the golden mandolin, which is your target. He's going to give it to Tenzero right before Tenzero walks out on stage. Tenzero will perform a song, give the golden mandolin back to his father, who will dismiss it. Without actually confronting Lord Victoro and forcing him to summon it, the time that Tenzero has it on stage is the only time y'all are going to be able to steal the golden mandolin. So you have to plan how to steal this out of the hands of someone in front of a crowd. You have 5 days to prepare for this, and Blinken is in charge of making the stage, and Schema Weirdbottle is in charge of designing the talent show because he's a music teacher. So y'all basically, those are your constraints, but I'm sure you can think up a way to steal the axe.
Oh, I already have an idea.
Okay. Oh shoot, there was one more thing. Okay. So these cats that are running around the school, they can run through walls and they act just a little bit off. They don't act completely right. Schema Weirdbottle and Blinken figured out that these cats are imps in disguise. The cats seem to be very friendly with Tensuro Castellanter. Okay, just a second to read. Okay, Thorgrin, as you're walking around the school in your disguise, if anybody asks you any questions, you say that you are the magical defense teacher just on a break while the students practice, or it's your off period. You're walking around the school, you see a few things. One, over here at the nurse's office, you see a shipment of healing potions and various other types of useful potions come in the door, and they're received by this mage right here. She receives them and takes them into the medical wing of the school. You can also tell as you walk around and interact with various teachers at the school that since they're all of like noble heritage or they've been around nobles a long time, they're all wearing fine jewelry. You know, the males have like nice rings on, their cufflinks are really nice, and they might have a necklace that's really nice. The ladies, Amala Castellanter and Fea El Torchel, have like fine jewelry on as well. The dean over here in her office, she has the door open while she has like open office hours, and you take a peek in there, and she is going through some paperwork. Looking at that paperwork from a distance, you would think that maybe it would have records of interesting things that are in the school. And then let me drag these two back to their classroom. And then as you are walking by one of these staircases one day, or 1 hour of your day, as you're walking by these staircases, someone delivers a bag of gold coins to one of these royal guards. And it's a servant of a noble, and they say, "This is from Lord Blackwell." He says it's for the endowment. The guard says, "Thank you very much," and walks downstairs into the dungeon, which you know is off limits. A few minutes later, the guard comes back up the stairs and resumes his post. And you also notice as you walk by the magic room that there are a few magic items in here, including wands and spell scrolls.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Is that just like what I've discovered during my turn?
yep, that's what you've discovered.
Okay.
And since you spent the whole day doing it, I made sure to give you a lot of different things that you discovered. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So since everybody else has taught their classes and done their action, we're going to end the day at El Torchel Academy. Y'all step outside. Inchi on Thorgrin's shoulders, of course. Huel and Elzerna Castellanter, who her cover name is Stacy. Huel looks like a half orc right now, wearing gardener's clothes. Schemo looks like himself, just a little bit different, a little bit bluer, a little bit older, a little bit pudgier. And Blinken just came disguised as himself. Y'all end the day, and you're sitting out by the front door while students file out. Some students stay in the school every night, and some students stay in the city every night. And you're saying goodbye to all of your new pupils, and Lord Victoro and Lady Ambala come walking out of the front door, and they push by everybody that's waiting, and they push by the guards, and they have Tenzuro in tow, and Tenzuro is holding on to his mother's hand, and his mother is pulling him along. And do y'all want to do anything while all these people are here?
Not me specifically. If Tensuro is just looking at me and stuff, I'm just gonna, nod at him and acknowledge that he's passing by.
Oh, when you nod at him, he looks at you, and he doesn't smile. He never smiles. He doesn't seem to like it very much, but he does raise his hand at you and acknowledge you.
Okay.
Okay. As they walk along, you notice that Elzerna Castellanter watches her family until they get in a carriage and then drive away. Did y'all want to do anything else at the school before you left? Or nope, you've already done your actions for the day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, nothing.
all right. Where would y'all like to go? You could go to the Yawning Portal, you could go back to Troll Skull Manor, or since it's nighttime, you could do anything else you want.
I mean, I'll talk to the party once we're gathered and stuff, and mention. I mean, where you all want to go. We could go back to the manor and whatnot. I mean, it's up to you. I think I want to go back to the manor and maybe discuss what we found, if we found anything here, stuff like that. I don't know.
Schema
Yeah,
says,
sure.
"Yep." Schema says, "Yeah, let's go make a plan." All right, I'll take y'all back to Troll Skull Manor. Who was that?
Oh,
Oh shit, my roll 20s. Give me. Oh, Google Chrome crashed. All right, so y'all file back into Troll Skull Manor. Your duties at the school done for today. And y'all are in the first floor, and Schema Weird Bottle walks right up to the bar, and he says, "Lif, give me one of those bottles I brought earlier today." And Lif walks over to the shelf, and he's cleaned off and dusted one section of the shelf, and there are these 5 bottles that Schema Weird Bottle gave you earlier today. He picks one up with a clean glass, and he floats it over to the bar for Schemo, and he pours him a glass. And Schemo says, "Well, first we're obviously gonna need a plan about how we get the mandolin from that Tenzero brat." And then he looks at Elzerno from Tenzero Castellanter.
yeah, we could figure something out with that. He's actually in my class, so he's a little brat for sure, but that guy. Yeah, I just I think he has a liking to me, so maybe we could work with that.
Yeah, what'd you do to get on his good side, man?
Well, since it's kind of funny because like I'm pretty sure he's the one that threw something at me. So, while I was writing stuff up, but pretty much, I told the whole class, look, woodcrafting is important. Obviously, I'm in the wood guild class. I showed him the difference between a well-made arrow and a pretty shitty arrow, and I threw it across to the board and it ran straight, and then obviously the other one just went everywhere. And I think he's pretty fascinated at the fact that, the importance of the wood stuff is. So that's how I kind of hooked him in, kind of showing him something weapon-like, I guess.
Okay, yeah. And Elzerna pops up, and she looks like her normal 8-year-old self now, almost 9. And she says, "Yes, Tenzero's always had a fascination with weapons. We used to have cats in the manor. We don't anymore.
I'm guessing he did target practice.
That and
That's
and more from what I overheard."
oh, that's awful. Well, so he's gonna be the one to handle the mandolin. So we need to figure out how to do that. Well, for me, I don't know if you knew, I was supposed to be the one kind of making or repairing or renovating the stage there. So,
Making it.
making the stage. So that's what
Using
I'm gonna do.
yeah, it's supposed to be a class project, so you're
Right.
supposed to teach
Yeah.
the students how to use tools and plan ahead and things like that.
Yeah.
And Schemo says, "Yeah, and I'll be in charge of the programming, when people go on stage, when they go off, things like that. So we could schedule it and make the talent show happen in whatever order we want."
Yeah, no, that's true. And then maybe we could have like I don't know, maybe a hidden room thing. So maybe like somehow if somebody has an ability to um, snatch something and put them in there, in that room type of thing. And it's just I'm just shooting ideas out here because again we're just supposed to build a stage with the class, so I'm working on that as well. So
And Schemo looks over at you, Inchi, and he says, how about you, man? You got any ideas?"
I'm teaching the kids how to cower. All right. I'm trying to keep them safe. Make sure they
Hold on.
don't get caught in all
Hold on.
those
hold on.
those spells.
You said cower, so you're
He taught him how to duck and weave.
yeah pretty much. So you're not particularly teaching them to like defend themselves. They're just running away.
I am teaching them how to defend themselves. They duck, they hide, they cower, and they avoid the magic.
Okay.
How else do you suggest to defend yourself against harm? If you hide and you'll get harmed, that's the best way to avoid the harm.
I mean, I've seen other magical people use like I've seen like a shield type thing that is projected in front of them. I mean, I'm not I'm not mastered in magic. I mean, I shouldn't question anything, but that's what I've seen before, and I thought that was one of
So
them.
you want to trust children to do this? Are
Uh,
you sure you want them to be on the front lines?
I
no,
mean, I was
but
thinking of teaching them how to use weapons in adjacent to their magic in order to defend themselves better. So I was gonna go and buy a bunch of short swords. Why is that a bad idea?
Well, it
oh,
is the first day of class.
okay, yeah. I mean, orientation and all that.
I'm willing to ramp it up, but I was just trying to keep it safe, trying to keep the kids, trying to teach them how to actually survive, not fight.
I mean, it's not necessarily a fight. You can still protect yourself with a shield with the spell that I saw. But yeah, I get it.
You can protect yourself further just by hiding in the sewers.
I mean, did you suggest that to the kids? Just go to the sewers?
I will.
Okay.
And she don't tell the kids to run around in the sewers.
Well, I mean, if they're going to the sewers, then they definitely need the short swords for self-defense at that point.
No, don't give kids swords
What?
and tell them to go into sewers.
Swords and sewers. That's the best way to protect your kids.
That sounds like a good.
You know,
game.
swords and sewers. That sounds like, oh my god, what if we retired and made a board game based off that?
Okay.
Oh,
We could have the characters have like agility points or abilities.
ooh.
Stats?
What about wisdom? I've heard of that.
No,
Maybe
that
they could.
sounds useless.
Uh,
Jesus Christ.
are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. And like Blinken's just rubbing his head, hearing all this stuff. I mean, it's a cool idea. Maybe we could use it on this, little bar here that we got with Lift and stuff. So maybe we could put that in the back burner. But for now, we need to come up with something with the mandolin. And I'm the one
yes.
making a stage. So
So the mandolin, I have an idea. Let's go to the nearest instrument shop, buy one, paint it gold. Step 1. Step 2. We go and raid the alchemical class, like the alchemist's classroom. Find out how to make smoke powder or smoke of some kind. When you build the stage, build a trapdoor. Don't tell anybody.
okay.
When he hands him the golden mandolin, we blow up all the smoke canisters. You pull the hatch. He falls down. I run over, punch him in the face, take the mandolin, swap it out. When he wakes up, you'll be like, "Oh, I hit my head."
See, I liked
have
everything
golden
except
mandolin.
you punching a kid.
Yeah, but he shot cats, dude.
Yeah, but
Knifed cats is what Elzerna says.
yes.
That little shit's a psychopath. My point.
Tenzuro has always wanted to become a cleric in the society.
Let me ask you, Elzerna. I mean, do you have any loving feelings with him? Because if we're gonna do this, obviously this guy, and I pointed at Thorgren, is gonna hurt the kid.
I'm not gonna hurt him.
You're gonna punch him.
He won't feel the pain.
Okay.
It'll be instant. He'll
Jesus
be
Christ.
out. I mean, when he wakes up, he might have a headache, but I won't be. That won't be because of me. He hit the ground.
Okay.
The
All right.
fist to the head won't hurt.
And she cast minor illusion right on Thorgren to make it all smoky right around him.
Oh, yeah, there you
And
go.
he says, "No, you will not be hurting any of my my kiddos. We just make it all smoky, and we
Do
steal
not just hear
the."
me. He won't feel it initially.
God damn it.
Well, punch this kid so hard he won't even feel it, but he will survive.
You'll feel my heel on your shoulder as I kick it. Remember, I'm
I
writing
mean,
you
I
in
can kick
this.
him when he's down too, if you want. But that's fucked up. He's a kid.
Elzerna, like this whole time, has been trying to speak up and answer Blinken's question, but she's over here on the corner, so she like climbs up onto the bar and she starts like walking on top of it. And Lif like looks a little bit concerned about that. He goes, but he stays quiet because he lets Elzerna do what she wants because she's a child.
Yeah.
And Elzerna starts walking on the bar, and she says, "To answer your question, Master Blinken, of course I love my family. They are my family. I love the way that my mother sings and plays piano. I love when my father reads me history books. He makes it sound interesting. And Tenzuro, I do love him. But I recognize that the things they do are evil and wrong, And she says that as she's walking by Schemo Weirdbottle, and Schemo kind of has ignored her. She's the daughter of his greatest enemy, the
Mhm.
person that he blames for killing his best friend. But when she says that, he looks up at her and he like squints his eyes at her, and she says, "And many of the books my father has read me are on philosophy and what is good and what is right and what is wrong. If there was some way to change my family, I would do that. But if they must be stopped, then they must be stopped. I don't know why you guys want this golden mandolin so much, but you saved me from them, and I know what they were going to do to me. They were going to, and you notice as she's walking by you, Blinken, she's fiddling with that soul coin that has the soul of her brother,
Yeah.
protecting her, even though she doesn't know it. She says, I know they did something terrible to Osvaldo. One day he just disappeared, and all I ever heard from him were his screams upstairs. And when he talked to me, his voice, it was no longer the same. He sounded in pain. My parents are very religious, and because of that they think they do many things that are justified by their God. But I don't think their God is a good one."
So Bleakin will take all that in, and I'll tell the party. I mean, it seems like she agrees that what they're doing is wrong. So I guess we must do what we must for the greater good.
Well, I mean, this dives into a whole religious, conversation, and what's really right and wrong when it comes to gods and religion.
I mean, you and I like point outside. Did you remember that chained being and crazy devil thing that we had to deal with?
Oh yeah, you mean when I got these and I pull out the chains that I've now like hooked my like hand axes onto?
Yeah, that's pretty evil.
Schemo looks at those chains and he's going to do a quick perception check on them.
My back off, little man.
He looks at him and he goes, "Is that infernal metal? Dude, where did you get that?"
I womped a demon for him. They're mine. Go away.
He goes, like, no, he's not looking at him like with like envy. He's looking at him like with respect, like, because he's an adventurer. So he knows, like, you didn't just stumble across those. He knows you earned them.
Yeah, I don't trust him though. I don't care what he says.
He goes, okay, all right.
Yeah, I killed a god to get these chains,
What?
and that means I am stronger than you, Schemo. So, whoa.
Excuse me? You killed what?
Oh yeah. Single-handedly, I killed a god and got
And
the chain.
with that, I'm just gonna whip the chain right at you.
I don't think that's true, but that's fine. Anyways,
And she was running around like a god, freaking Apollo, going to the sewers
yeah,
and
that's
back
true.
during that
Yeah.
fight.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right.
Elzerna, after like her moment of wisdom, is now acting like a child again, and she's throwing bits of broken glass onto the floor and trying to get little Inchi to go pick them up and fly them back to her. And little Inchi, every time she throws one down, says, "Do another one. Do another
Okay.
one.
Oh god.
Do another one." And eventually, when the pile gets big enough, little Inchi goes over to it and like starts plucking at it. He finds the shiniest and he brings it back to her.
Be careful with that. Anyways, I want to look back to party. So we need to come up with a plan. We know we need to figure out. I guess we could direct where we would, get Tensuro to hand over the mandolin and stuff, or maybe prior. That's where I would, construct a trap door.
Well, I was gonna say, just put the trap door in the center of the stage where the kid's gonna walk to start playing.
Yeah, but the problem is that I mean, do we want to do it there or do we want to do it before? You know, the act, or because obviously he's going to get
Well-
handed the mandolin. So
Like I said, he falls, hits his head, he wakes up, he has
Yeah, you
a
punch
wood
him, yeah.
mandolin painted gold. I didn't say I'd punch him. I left that out on purpose, okay?
okay, I mean, we could
But I
try
mean, if
that.
he did get punched, again, he wouldn't feel it.
All right, let me ask this, Schemo. If we were to quote unquote paint this mandolin gold, do you think we could pull it off, or is it like a sort of color that we need, or whatever?
So Froggy's mandolin, I haven't seen it in 10 years, since we defeated Victoro and Manchun at Colat Towers, and he looks at the floor, all that stuff happened. But Froggy's mandolin, it was a Cannith golden mandolin. He got it from his parents, who were nobles. But over the years, he wanted it to look more real, more like a real person's loot. So he let it get dirty. He let people draw and paint on it. Different bands, different venues that we performed at, they would put their logo on it. So we could probably make a fake. It doesn't have to look great. It just has to look good long enough for us to get away. But the thing is, it's a magical mandolin, and Victorio's clearly attuned to it, so he can summon it or dismiss it at will. Whenever he gets his hands on the fake mandolin we give him, he's not going to be able to dismiss it with magic.
Okay, alternative plan. Instead of giving the kid the fake mandolin, we use it to smash Buddy over the head so he can't recall the real one.
Yeah,
Or-
let's kill him.
I didn't say kill.
Little Inchi
I said
flies
it.
up and says, "More head trauma," and goes back to playing.
Or we could think of something else. I mean, how are we going
I
to
mean-
kill this guy?
We invite him out on a staff-only drink, for the staff,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
We get him to a bar, liquor him up,
Yeah.
fucking glass him, break a bottle right in the neck, shiv the bitch.
Yeah. You're talking my language.
Oh my god. So
At that, Elzerna's been trying to be cool with this, but she's going to go and take a bath upstairs.
cut that. All right.
I forgot I'm meant to be the good role model.
Because
I-
I can't believe I thought you were an angel.
Yeah, he's a monster. Don't worry about him. He's actually. Let me rephrase that. He's just a dumbass, and you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am an angel and a hero.
No, you're just a moron.
I can fight gravity and win.
Okay. Okay. My god.
Retort to that.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. And then I'll be like, look. I mean, it is. I don't want to say necessary, but we do need to get rid of Victorio one way or another, right? Because he's the one that has this ability to sense this magic mandolin.
I mean, we literally could just go up and shiv him. Like, all jokes aside, when he's in the classroom after class and everyone's starting to fuck off, we can all walk in, hey, we got a question for you,
And you just shank him.
and just beat him down.
Okay.
If you have a
uh,
problem
Yeah.
with shanking him, we could just cut his fingers off.
We can't fucking do
Hey,
it in the school though. That would be problems there.
Yeah,
I
I don't think
mean,
you
at
two
that
know what
point,
the meaning of laying low means.
At that point, we have the mandolin, and we can leave.
Right. It's a lot harder to cast magic and dispel
I
the
can hook up that
mandolin.
Griffin guard with an enchanted Griffin staff.
Sure. You
Get
could.
him
Yeah.
to leave. That way, there's no
Sure.
witnesses to what happens to Castellanter.
Sure.
And
But what
if Buddy
about
Emo
says
says-
anything,
what about the other
Schema
guards
says-
that are in there?
Schemo says, "Look, I'm all for shanking Victorio Castellanter. Fuck him and his wife too. But if he doesn't have the axe summoned when we kill him, it just stays in the astral plane. It's bonded to whoever's attuned to it. It's not
hire
gonna
a
just
necromancer
appear.
to get him to cast the
Mhm.
spell to call it back.
With what
Or-
money?
Also,
The,
and
the
look,
money
guys,
we're going to steal off of him.
Okay.
look, guys, I've clearly underestimated you quite a bit. I wouldn't be here if I hadn't. But Victorio is incredibly powerful. You're not just gonna get him with a dagger and be done with it.
We can use the
Apparently
mind
he
goblin.
can, and I pointed at Thorgrim. Yeah, he can. Apparently, I'm trying to plan this out, but nobody's. I
No,
don't
we
know.
can use the mind goblins.
And she
Look,
jumps
I-
up and down in front of Thorgrim and says, I can cut his fingers off. He
Oh
won't be
my
powerful
God.
without fingers.
Cut his tongue out so he can't do verbal spells.
Or we
Yeah,
can
get
just fry his mind with the mind goblins.
Not
I-
bad. The Xanathars and the Castellanters are rivals.
We need to lure him, and also, again, what would good the point with Schema? We need him to summon the fucking thing.
Okay.
What's a
We-
mind goblin?
Oh, mind goblin, these nuts.
You fucking idiot.
My God.
Mind goblin what?
These nuts.
Okay,
Who's
I'm just gonna
these?
walk away and just not.
Who's D's? And just as a meta, both Lord and Lady Victoro, or Lord and Lady Castellanter, are level 14 sorcerers.
I can take him.
Yep,
Okay.
you can.
And Schema says, "Look, man, if it was just as easy as a barbarian walking up and punching him, Zaraj could have taken him out decades ago."
Is the enchanter across the street still open?
Yeah. I said it was night, but I guess it would be sundown because school gets
Okay.
out at like 3.
I want to run over there as fast as I can before he closes shop.
Okay. Your companions are still making plans, but Thorgrim runs out to Troll
Yeah,
Skull Alley.
I just like eyes wide open, like I just had a eureka moment. I drop my drink, I grab my infernal chains, and I'm just sprinting.
Are you carrying all of the infernal chains? All 4 of them?
Yes.
So all what did I say they were each?
I know that I'm fine weight wise.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Total weight of 251.
Guys, you just hear clump, 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 clump as Thorgrim runs away.
As Thorgrim's running out, I tug at Huel's sleeve. Who's these?
God damn it.
I don't know. Must be a
Uh,
friend of his or something.
Schemo leans over to you and says, "I think he's a relative of Dragon.
Okay.
Who's Dragon?
Okay.
Dragging these nuts across your face."
Okay.
Where's all these nuts
Ooh.
coming from?
And Schemo takes another sip of his wine. All right, Thorgrim, who did you want to go to?
The enchanter that is in the area.
The Enchanter. So you have Bookworm's Treasure, which is magic spells and magic scrolls. Tiger's Eye, the private detective. The Bent Nail, which is weapons maker. Steam and Steel, armor maker. And Corlin's Crown, I believe, was potions.
Okay. Well, I have a speed of 35. I'm just gonna sprint everywhere.
Oh yeah, we're not really doing turns right now.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to the bent. I'm just gonna go clockwise. Fuck it. General store, bent nail, steam, steel. Just
Okay. Bent Nail, like I said, does weapons.
yes. Do you have any contacts who can enchant weapons?
The Bent Nail is run by a male half-elf carpenter and woodcarver. Oh, he also crafts furniture and wood sculptures. And he looks around and goes, "No, that be for the Ganashi across the street to answer." And he says, pointing to the Steam and Steel.
Chunk, 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 running.
You burst in the door, and there's a fire Ganashi and a water Ganashi making metal weapons and armor here. You ask them the same question, and they go, "Ay, enchanting weapons was a lot easier back in the day. It's not so common anymore. What kind of enchantment are you looking for?"
I'm looking for an enchantment that causes silence.
So you want to strike an enemy and cast a bubble of silence around the enemy?
No. I want. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a lot I want actually. I want the weapon to bind on the person I hit them with. I'm going to show him the chains. So the premise is, okay, there's 4 of these chains. 2 of them are going to have blades at the end. And then the other 2 are going to have hooks on the end.
So this is not related to the heist at all.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The hooks. When I hit someone with the hooked chains, I want the chain to wrap around them, silencing them.
So you want it to physically wrap around their mouth or cast the spell silence?
Whichever the enchanter can do.
Putting silence on it would be easier than making it telekinetic in some way. The male Ganashi is the fire Ganashi, and he looked a bit like hot-headed and pissed off that you were interrupting his work. But when you break out these infernal chains, he goes, "Well, where did you get this, boyo? This is incredible material right here. These chains, they must be so strong and weigh so much."
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, I step back.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a armorer, dude. He's impressed by your infernal weapons. His wife comes over, the water Ganashi. She says, "My, what an incredible set of chains that you have on you. You use these as weapons?"
I intend to, yes.
She says, "Well, darling, attaching hooks or blades on the end of these would be fairly easy forging process. In terms of casting silence upon it, I don't know how that works in 5e.
I don't either. I can
I
look
know
up
they-
the rules
yeah.
for...
I'm not even sure if it's a thing. I think you'd have to find the magic item that does that."
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can probably, like, just go through the enchants. Anyways, so the idea is I hook a caster, right? And the caster can't cast any spells, and then I can use the hooks to drag him closer to me so he can't run away. And then I have the 2 extra chains, with the swords. Chop,
Says
chop,
you have
chop.
40 feet of this. My gods, boy. He says, well, yes, because these chains are so thick and they're made out of such good material, we'd be able to put a really big, solid hook on them and make sure the connection is really good and tight. Same for the swords as well that you want attached, but it would not be a cheap process. His wife pipes up and says, I believe the process for enchanting a weapon, we would have to get the ingredients, the components needed for the spell, and invest that in the weapon over multiple days. She says the components would have to be their exotic and pure form, so it would take us a while to get them, or perhaps you could find them yourself, same as you found all these chains.
Okay, how much if I were to ask for a rush job? Like, find what you can as fast as you can to get it done in, like, the next couple days. Like, rush job.
Okay, just a second. D&D monsters that can cast silence.
Pretty much any 5th level caster.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to tell you to soak it in like the blood of a humanoid. That'd be blood magic.
Is that not how rune crafting works?
Yeah, but they're not fucking like dark wizards, dude.
Yeah, it would be like, hey,
The only difference is one's wearing a white robe, one's
Oh,
wearing a black robe. One
okay.
cuts their palm, the other cuts
Okay.
the other guy.
The Castellanters are basically part of a cult. You could go ask them for some blood magic, or you could go ask the Xanathar Guild. These are like business owners in the middle of the city.
That's fair.
I could ask the Castellanters, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I was thinking like if we could find a monster that can cast silent, like a howler, like maybe you could get the teeth of of a howler, and they could put that in the weapon somehow, and that could justify it.
Or I can just borrow money from the Castellanters, get it paid for. Wait, am I talking in character right now?
Are you?
God damn it.
You
No,
don't
I'm
do a
not.
voice anymore.
Well, no, because I was just thinking about your question. Like, is he asking me these questions? Just
Yeah, no,
borrow from the
no.
Castellanters, kill the Castellanters. Who
Yeah.
needs to pay him back?
I do character voices, so you know when my characters are talking.
Me too.
Because I'm too lazy to make voices.
Nah, normally I do the voice. Okay, let's start with the hook, the hooks and blades. Okay, I'm going to drop the chain.
Okay.
How long would it take for those?
Give me a second to research something real quick. All right. She says, if you can find me a pound of dust from a stone golem, I could maybe enchant these weapons to cast silence. Or I know somebody that can cast silence. And the man says, if you want the swords or the hooks on the weapons, it's gonna be a 2-day job. We gotta really put multiple layers of a weld on there, give it time to cool properly.
Okay, so 4 chains, 2 hooks, 2 swords.
He says, excellent. That's going to be 200 gold coins.
Can I write an IOU?
He says, you can do one at a time, my man.
So, do you want the U first?
We can do one of these at a time, and you can pay for them one at a time. Or we can do however many you can pay for currently.
I'm gonna pull out Milton's gold parts.
Okay.
I have 10 of them. Each
Ye-
part is worth 50 gold each.
They look at it. Did you clean it first, or does it still have like bits of Milton's skin on it?
That would explain why I've smelt recently, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so you just pull this out, and they go, what in the hells? Where in the hells did you get this? Like,
I'm gonna nudge the chain with my foot.
they say, we're gonna have to clean this and melt it down ourselves and take it to a minter and exchange it. These aren't worth 50 gold coins each yet. So yeah, if you give us 2 of these, we can do one of your chains.
I'm saving 100 gold if I do that. Yeah, deal.
Okay, so you give them, wait,
2 of the Milton parts that are worth 50 gold each. I just
Okay,
paid
so-
half the amount.
no, they said that's what it would cost for one of the chains, because now they have to do a bunch of extra work to turn this into money. So 2 parts for 1 chain,
Oh, okay, well,
or 1.5. Or fuck it, I don't know why I'm being
whatever.
complicated.
I have
yeah, they'll-
I have 2 pieces of Milton left, so
Okay.
they can have the 8. Deal.
So 4 would be 200 pieces. 200 gold pieces. They'll accept that.
So I'm gonna pull out the Castellanter linens too. Okay, can I make
Okay.
the hand wraps for the chains out of this by chance?
They say, is there something terrifying and gross inside of it?
No, it's just linen
Oh, okay. Yes, we could do that for you. No
that I
extra
got from
charge.
killing that guy, and I point to the beds.
Okay. Okay, all right. My adventuring days are far behind me, and he says, "Yeah, man, whatever." He just
You know
kind of walks
what?
you out of his shop now.
Actually, you know what? Because you,
Uh
you
huh.
you gave me such a great deal, I have a gift for you. I'm gonna rummage through my bag, pull out the what I'm assuming is now rotten abyssal chicken corpses, both of them from episode 4, I think it was.
Like yeah, like
So I
episode
pull those
6.
out and I go, "Here's a treat on me," and I'm gonna place these on the counter and walk out.
That's fucking
Is episode
gross.
Yeah, that was really fucking gross, dude. The whole fucking thing was real gross. You showed off you showed off your bloody demon change. You paid for it in bloody demon gold, and then you left them some rotting chickens.
Demon chickens.
Demon chickens. They go, what in the hells did we just agree to? All right,
I'm gonna whistle as I'm walking out.
okay, all right. You go back into Troll Skull Manor.
I'm gonna fill the boys in on what just happened.
Yeah,
and
what
she's
did
busy
just happen?
and she's busy just like scouring through the bar, kind of like yelling at Liff.
There's 4 brand new bottles of wine, and then Schemo is like drinking out of a bottle. He could pour you a glass if you want
So
it.
you gave him
And she does
rotten
not-
chicken corpse.
2. It's
Uh,
fine eating.
And she is just looking everywhere behind the bar, yelling, "Where's the nuts? We got dragons and mind goblins looking
Goddamn.
for the nuts, and we don't got any."
And I'm like, I'm gonna go over to Inshi. Look, the goddamn joke. You know why they say these nuts?
I don't know who is these. I've never met him.
Okay, so these is like, you know, the word these, and then nuts is, you know, whoever says these nuts, they're talking about, in this case, Thorgrin. I point
These
at
nuts
Thorgrin.
could chunk on the table.
Yeah, I look at Thorgrin when I said these nuts, and I point at his crotch. He's talking about his nuts. Get it? These nuts.
Oh, he's got the
These-
nuts in his pants.
that's what-
Thorgrin hit
yeah.
him over.
I mean, you could kick him.
No, what? No.
Oh.
Then the dragons and the mind goblins will have the nuts if I crack them open.
Okay.
Thorgrin, just give me the nuts, and we can get this over with.
Not those nuts.
Schemo says, Inchi, you want Thorgrin's nuts in your mouth?
If that's what the dragons
I've never
want.
been asked so forwardly. I don't know how to respond.
Oh, man, you gotta get out more. This is a big city. It'll happen.
Yeah. Oh,
No, I
God.
just mean, look at us. The size difference. It's about the size of his head.
Hey, some people are into that, man.
I don't understand.
All right. Well, I tried. So, since we're going to do that, by the way, Thorgrin,
Yeah.
as I see, and she just kind of contemplated about nuts. I'm gonna look at Thorgrin and say, look, so if you're gonna do that, what are you gonna do with, like, when? That's specifically. Are you just gonna show up at the fucking stage, you know, and just swing at him with the chains and hope for the best?
Look, I've suggested like 5 different ideas and they've all been shot down.
I mean,
Well, your idea was punch Kid really hard,
yes.
punch him again really hard, kick him
Yes.
while he's down,
No,
Yeah.
I said I didn't want to kick him while he was down. I was against that one.
not hitting him when he's down, and hitting him with a loot while he's up.
To put him back down.
Okay, well, I look at
Well,
Schema.
I
What do
mean-
you think about this idea? That I mean, it is a good idea that we have that type of weapon, but how are we going to execute that? This guy's going to pull out a chain that's, we're in a stage with people. They're going to see it.
Can't we just
Well,
give the loot to
and
one
she
of
was-
the bards?
And she was talking about a smoke bomb earlier, or a smoke illusion earlier. That would cover
Yeah.
whatever we want to do.
Yeah, I can just wiggle my fingers and smoke will come out, and we'll be hidden.
Yeah, and me and Huel, we could cast dancing lights or something like that. I can summon fireworks or illusions or our ghost bards that could distract the crowd as well.
And she's currently casting smoke from his fingers.
Okay.
And she's just going woo, wiggling his fingers over in the corner.
Right in Skimo's face.
I mean, that
Yes,
is a
do you
plan. That is
Do
a
you remember
plan.
Do you remember the blank dagger?
Oh yeah.
And he says that to you. Do you remember the blink dagger? Please get the smoke out of my face.
And she flourishes his hand in front of his face. What dagger?
Remember, I said that if you were nice, that I'd give you the dagger that gives you the blink ability.
And she
You
boops
can-
his nose. I'm very nice.
I just had another thought. Okay, what if
I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
I forgot?
Good plan.
Okay, I have an idea. I don't like it. I don't want to suggest it, but it's an idea. Hold the kid ransom for the loot, and then don't hand off the kid and keep the loot. Oh no, because you would teleport it back.
Well, what would
No, I remember what I was going to say now. We give the loot to our bard, have the bard counterspell him with the loot, then we beat him to a pulp.
you even have counterspell heal?
I think I do.
I was going to say we have a mage.
Now
Do
you
we?
think of it.
Do we have a bard and a
Yeah.
mage?
Theoretically, we have a wizard.
I mean, I do know how to cast Fist.
We need, plan A, plan B, plan C too. So if we were going to execute
We
this
hire
What?
we hire the detective, get him to find the best sharpshooter this side of the Sword Coast. We do the first plan where we lure Castellanter onto the stage for the trapdoor. We have all those alchemical smokes. When we drop the kid with the golden mandolin, Buddy shoots Castellanter in the face, and we take the mandolin and run.
Shoots the Castellanter boy or the Castellanter man in the face? What the fuck?
Either.
Thorben, are you high?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
We don't gotta hurt the kid. We just gotta cut her
I
fingers
was
off.
searching around
What?
the school and I was digging around in the alchemical room.
Cutting a kid's finger.
White dust blew in my face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a kid can live without fingers. They can't play the mandolin without it.
It's like how wizards can't cast without a face.
Without a face.
Yeah.
Do I got a face? I'm a wizard, I think.
No, I meant the Castellanter.
Oh.
You know, we just remove his face.
Why don't we just
Oh.
focus on Victoro?
Excuse me, did you just say remove his face?
I heard that too. That's why
Yeah,
I want
with
to change
the
it
knife.
to Victoro.
Why would
What
we
is-
take Victoro's face?
I want his face off.
No, I mean just in general. Like that's kind of our objective here, right? Getting the mandolin, the one that has it. So
I mean, we could kidnap him too. You know, offer the kids for the mandolin. It's not. I mean, the Castellanters have already lost one kid. If we take another one, that's going to show that they are weak. The other guilds are going to pressure the Castellanters, giving us hopefully an opportunity to get in to fight or confront what's his name Castellanter, and then we can either get barter the kids for the mandolin, or we help the guilds kill him.
I'm not okay kidnapping a child. I would just cut their fingers off. But kidnapping them is a no-no.
hold on.
We
Why
already did it!
why are you okay with cutting fingers off from a child?
Because they
Yeah.
can't cast magic after.
Listen, kidnapping them is one thing, using them as ransom is another.
I mean, chopping their fingers off is another.
We didn't kidnap
We did. We walked in. I
You
punched her
won.
granny out, and we.
I
Yeah.
mean-
I was not
And
a part
I just-
of that. I want to make that
And
clear.
I
was
just
not
wanted
a
to
part
cut her
of that.
fingers off. I
mean,
just
she
wanted to
cut
her
said she
fingers
wanted
off.
to come with us.
we prevented her family sacrificing her, so
By a
Cruel
kidnapping.
motive, still a crime.
yeah, we stopped the
could-
kidnapping we stopped the killing by doing a kidnapping, see?
She can sacrifice some fingers for the cause.
Yeah, she has 10.
Y'all
Yeah,
just wanted
yeah.
to do that because she had the ring that was tracking her.
Yeah, you know the artificer has an artificial arm. Peel's gonna be scratching his head. You know?
Oh yeah,
Maybe-
we need to.
Yeah.
We also need to steal her flux core or something at some point.
Yeah, it's next to her heart, or it's her heart, one of the two.
Her bismuth
Yeah.
heart. Yeah, Schemo says. I have some ideas about that, but going back to the Victoro thing, me and Davil and Zaraj and Istrid, when we thought that we were going to take on the Castellanters, we thought of maybe getting the Xanathar or some of his goons to come with us
Well,
because
that's
they
what I
have
was saying.
they have a big rivalry. So whenever you do want to confront the Castellanters, maybe you could bring the Xanathar or that Mind Flayer that Inchi knows, or maybe even me. I'd be happy to help with that.
Well, I was going to say, when we go to confront him, right? When we get the guilds to help put pressure on him, we can no one is going to get in the way of the four biggest criminal factions duking it out publicly, right? If they do, they're insane. So, we can get one of the lesser groups, say the Ruby Rabbits or something, cause a ruckus down at the market, get all the guards down there, right? At which point, Xanathar and us, and maybe Force Grey wouldn't help us.
The Artificer herself might, and
The Zentarum, we can get the Zentarum to help us.
the Zentarum are not in the city. Schemo says, "Yeah, I already told y'all this. We were getting our. I'm gonna try to do his voice right again. Oh yeah, I already told you this, but me and the Doom Raiders, we were getting our Silk Root powder from the Zentarum. They would send it in with our wheat shipments. They're not allowed in the city, but maybe I could get an assassin from them. A mid-level goon to come out and help us for a day or two if we needed it."
We could set up a contract between the Zentarum and the Xanathar's Guild, where the Zentarum provide the Silk Root for Xanathar's guys to sell in the city, and they get a little kickback out of it. If we could,
Hey, no, Silk Root dealing is my thing. Okay, that's what I do here in this city. That's how we're gonna make enough money to live like kings one day.
Where do you even get all the? Where do you keep getting the Silk Root from? You've been with us the whole time.
He told you they have a legitimate businesses here in Waterdeep. They have 5 bars and a warehouse. They bring the Silk Root in on grain shipments. Their supplier is the Zentarum, and then they distribute it in small doses for gold coins. And that was their business until y'all blew it up.
I was about to say, yeah, we did that.
Again, no one was there to witness me there, so for all intents and purposes, I was not there.
Yeah, we
You
were at
helped arrest Zaraj and Istrid, and he says, looking at you, Thorgrim.
She
You
shot
literally
a fucking tree trunk at me. She had it coming.
Look, are we gonna do this again? Well, I don't want to do this again. Shit, I lost his voice that quick. Look, are we gonna do this again? We already did this conversation.
Yeah, and I won last time. I'll go round 2.
He
You
says,
all
yeah,
can
but
figure
what
that
about
out.
round 3?
Oh, you won't make it to round 3.
Okay, so y'all don't even have to make the full plan today. You can scope out the school tomorrow.
Yeah.
While you're there on the map, maybe make a different plan. There's lots of entrances and exits here, and there's still more about the school to discover.
Yep.
So if y'all want to keep discussing it, you can, or we could end the day and go back to school.
Yeah, no, and she's just gonna spend the rest of the night looking for nuts.
Inchi,
Yeah.
you find underneath the counter, y'all missed a spot when cleaning up. There are some dusty cashews under the bar.
And she holds these up with both hands. It says, "Behold, the dragon's nuts." Or wait, hold on, Did the mind goblin want them more? Thorgrim, the mind goblin. So they want these.
I'm just gonna go upstairs and head to bed.
I yell
Oh,
at
yes, these mind goblins.
Blinken.
I've seen these mind goblins down at Canaldi's.
Canaldi's.
Canaldi's nuts fit on your chin.
Why do we owe so many people nuts? Canaldi's.
That reminds me of the clan called the Sugandis.
Okay, all right. Let's. I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Suck on these, whatever. I'm gonna go walk up to the room and go to sleep.
And she buries his face in his hands. Sugandis.
Sugandis nuts.
I'm going to bed too.
Yeah. Even Lif is laughing at that, and white vapor exhales from his mouth, and little Inchi is cracking up on the bar. The imp inside of it actually leans out of the beak and is beating his fists on the beak, laughing so hard. As everybody gets up to leave, Schemo says, "Well, I'm gonna go disguise myself as our lawyer and visit my buddies in prison. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Are we gonna make it there early enough to have teacher breakfast again?"
I think so.
Hopefully.
Okay. He says, "Good night, everybody, and good night to wherever your dragon is, Blinken. and he walks out the door. And as he's walking out the door, little Inchi flies over to him and says, "So, Schemo, tell me more about these bars where people drag nuts on your face." And they walk out together. All right, everybody goes to sleep. Let's get y'all all.
And
In
she
your
falls
room.
asleep behind the counter after searching for nuts this whole time.
Okay. Thorgrim, which room was your room?
Mine was. I
Was it the basement?
think Huel's in it.
Last session, Huel said he had the attic.
I couldn't remember where anyone was sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
took
whatever.
up by.
We'll just play musical beds.
Yeah, that's Inchi's room that you're currently in, and then Elzerna is up here on the 3rd floor. Okay, everybody drifts off to sleep. Blinken, before you head to sleep, Aranax sends you a vision of you and him fighting mind goblins, mind flayers on the streets of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Again, now that he has 2 eyes, he's able to send you these moving images of whatever he can imagine. Whereas previous, he was only able to send you still images. All right. Everybody drifts off to sleep and everybody wakes up again. Y'all all head downstairs to meet. And you notice that Inchi is sprawled out on the floor of the bar, just dead asleep. And as soon as someone conscious comes into the bar, Lif reappears and he bows his head to you slightly.
Morning,
And
lift.
then,
Gonna like pick up something random like a rock or something and throw it towards Inchi.
yeah.
What are you doing down here? Hello, Inchi. I start kicking him a little bit.
Hey, get away, dragon! Oh,
Yeah, I'm not a dragon. Get up. Time to go.
why are you kicking me?
Because you're sleeping down here and it's morning.
Elzerna
No.
leans over the bar and says, "Inchi, get up. We gotta go to school.
See?
They have coffee there."
And she picks himself up off the floor, scratches his butt. Yeah. I just need to find these nuts real quick.
Okay. Let's just go to school. There's probably a lot of nuts
All
there.
right. Elzerna is sitting on the bar, and Schema Weirdbottle and Little Inchi walk in the door, both clearly hungover. Schemo is wearing sunglasses or glasses that have a very dark tint to them as he comes in, and so is Little Inchi over his raven body. And they sit down at the bar, and Little Inchi flies over back to you, Huel, and Schemo says, oh, I got something for this. Oh yeah, and he ruffles through his bags and he almost falls off the stool as he does, but he gets back on it and he says, "Hey, little Castellanter girlie, look what I got you." And he brings out, he says, "Found this in my warehouse last night while I was looking for the good stuff." And he puts down on the bar some apple juice. He says, "That's corked and sealed, so it'll stay good till you want to drink it."
There you go.
Hey, thanks, Schemo.
He goes, yeah, it's not right that she didn't have something to partake in. Okay, so you said they have coffee at the school. Let's get on to it.
All right, let's go. Let's go to school.
All right, Elzerna, Huel, Inchi, Thorgrin, who's on top today?
Well,
I mean,
and
I'm
she,
always atop, but I don't
And
think he
sh-
could carry me.
yeah, and she
Schema.
always instinctively climbs up top of Thorgrin. It's up to him if he wants to pull me right down.
Schemo says, yeah, you two should have came out with us last night. All right.
No.
Okay, everybody's going off to school. So, second day of El Torchel Academy. Before y'all get to the school, everybody adopts your disguises. Schemo makes himself look a little bit different. Huel or Thorgrin and Inchi cast their half-elf disguise, and Huel makes himself look like a half-orc. So when y'all get to school, it is the same as yesterday. All the teachers are eating breakfast up in the corner, and a few of the students have come down early because today they are serving pancake balls for breakfast, filled with fruits and jams and things like that. And once again, Lord Victoro Castellanter and Lady Amala are sitting off at their own table, talking amongst themselves, while 2 of these cats run around in the Great Hall. There is also the Jester Bard from the Sea Maidens Fair over here in the corner. As y'all walk into the Great Hall, what would y'all like to do?
I would probably go grab some, plate of food or something.
and just sit wherever, and whoever sits with me, and then we'll discuss or talk or whatever. So that's what I would do.
Oh, shoot. Well, it's the first part of the day, so everybody should roll initiative,
Oh yeah, right.
and then we'll go in turn
Fair
order.
enough.
What's your initiative, Sean?
Let me check. 0 is my modifier.
God damn it.
Okay, I have a 3. Do you want me to roll for both of us?
Thorgrin's the legs, so yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's appropriate then.
17's not
What do you-
bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll initiative to see if I can beat him.
Do it.
Roll 20's not working. You win.
Haha!
You got a 3.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. All right, so it's Blinken first, then Heal, Thorgrin, then Schemo. So Blinken, you said you want to get some pancake balls. Are you sitting with the teachers, or are you sitting with the Castlanters, or sitting off by yourself?
I think this morning I'll kind of sit by myself and observe, and see what's going on while I
Okay.
eat some balls.
All right. Thor, you should be able to move your own token, so just drag it wherever you would like to sit. Next up is Huel. Huel, you can come up here and get your pancake balls, your coffee, your water, and you can sit wherever you'd like.
Yeah, he'd stroll in, be waving to everybody, and greeting everyone, saying good morning, passing, getting the food.
Some of your students wave to you.
Yeah, he'll look all tired at first, and then he'll get a big smile when the students are waving.
Okay.
And I'll go grab some food, and I'll go sit over with Lincoln for now.
All right, you can move your
Okay.
token there. As you get your food, Lady Fea makes sure to say hello to you and asks you how your class is going. Thorgrin and Inchi, y'all are up next.
Alright. I'm going to lead Inchi to the alchemical room.
Okay.
And she just snags a pancake ball as he leads me.
Okay. The alchemical room. So you mean the magic room?
Whichever one I'm walking to first.
Okay. That is the magic classroom.
Perfect.
All right, you open the door into the magic classroom and you step on in. You notice that one side of the room has this glittering ice on the floor, these ice crystals that have been cast. There's a target back here that is just covered in frost and icicles from where the students were practicing ice magic the other day. And you can see on the table in front of you, there are a few things. There are some wands and there are magic stones that have been cast into amulets.
Quickly look out in the hallway. Do I see anybody?
Roll a perception check.
Inchi!
Oh,
Do you see anyone?
let's see.
Yeah.
And she rolls a perception check on his pancake ball with a 4.
Ooh, Inchi. It's really nice. It's really exotic today. It has mango jam filling.
Mm.
And Inchi, yeah, this is like, it's fresh made. You've never had one of these fresh made. You've always dug them out of trash cans.
And she shoves this ball right in front of Thorgrin's face. Does this smell too clean to you?
Get your balls out of my face!
Okay,
I'm
Thorgrin,
not smelling them.
what did you want to do in this room?
Okay. I'm going to close the door, close
Okay.
the curtain.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the trench coat,
Okay.
shoving all that stuff in there. I'm taking everything.
You're gonna take everything?
I'm taking everything.
He's got to notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's just eating as Thorgrin does all this.
So
Thorgrin, as you're shoving stuff into the cloak, you hear a knock at the door, and then someone is twisting it and opening it slowly.
okay, I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna quickly finish. I'm just gonna stop what I'm doing. Everything that's
Okay.
in the trench coat's in the trench coat. Quickly
Okay.
cover up and slap Inchi and point out the door.
Okay. A student walks in and says, Master Grung, I was coming to get my notes. We have a test today, and I left my notebook in here."
And she finishes swallowing his pancake ball. Just grab your little notes. And do I have you in my class today, little one?
She says, "Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. We practiced our ducking and weaving until the mages made us turn out the lights last night."
Well, I hope you're improving to beat Mr. Bob
She
Lee.
grabs she grabs her note, and as she picks it up, she rolls on the floor to pick it up, and she looks at you like, "Did I do good?"
And she just claps. Yeah, yeah, just like that. Yeah, you're learning how to bob and weave. You could cower a little more, but that is a great start.
It's more cowering. More. Will that be on the test?
It's like a third of it.
Okay.
Do,
All right.
do any of these wands have the word sleep written on it?
Of the ones that you've picked up already, one is a wand that will cast Firebolt 5 times or 4 times. Roll a d4 to see how many charges it has left. So it has 3 charges of Firebolt on it, and the other one is a wand that casts Ice Knife. It also has d4 charges. Roll to see how many it has left. That has 1 charge of Ice Knife left in it, but no sleep wands. That would probably be in the medical room.
I'm just waiting for the kid to leave.
Oh, okay, yeah. She leaves.
I grab the rest of the wands.
Okay. There's one more wand on the table. It casts acid splash 1d4 times. Roll for that. Hey, 4 charges of acid splash.
And then I also take that rune you were talking about.
There is an amulet
Yes.
there. I did say there were amulets.
I'm just gonna like arm across the table into my pocket.
Okay. You can examine that item later, and I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And it is Schimo's turn, and Schemo walks up to the table. He gets a couple of pancake balls, including one that is filled with ground beef and some beans, because it'll help him wake up. And he sits down next to Lady Faya, and he starts discussing the program for the talent show. He again is putting on that proper prim voice, pretending to be from, where did I say, Candlekeep. And she says, "Ah, yes, Master Kelsia, good to see you." Okay. Anybody else want to do anything before school starts, like Blinken and Huel?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Elzerna is in her Stacy disguise. As she sits down at the table, she takes a look back at her family, who are sitting there and eating in total silence. Okay. Uh-huh.
I was gonna ask Huel, or Blinken, if one of them wanted to run some totally legitimately acquired wands to a certain Castellanter's bedroom so we can plant it as theft.
Are you just asking us this in the cafeteria room?
Very quietly.
I mean, maybe we should wait till like lunchtime or something to discuss this.
Well, I mean,
All right, let's settle in. Let's.
No. If we do it now, by the time class starts, they realize everything's been taken. Then we plant it on the Castellanter, right? The kid. The kid gets expelled for theft because these are some dangerous magic items. I mean, they're not like extremely dangerous, but in the wrong hands. So he gets expelled, which takes him out of the talent show.
Elzerna pipes up and says, "My parents helped fund this whole villa. They're not going to get him expelled over something like that.
But what if we use the wands to break shit?
My parents will just pay to have it replaced."
I like your line of thinking, but
Even if we do that, how are we going to get the mandolin? Are we just going to torture the fucker?
I mean, no, torture's bad.
Okay, well, we'll put that on, what do you call that, workshop, back in my backpack here, just to
Put a pin in
look
it.
into it. Yeah, put a pin in it. We'll look into that.
Okay.
maybe just keep it in like a bag in a random blocker or something, and then we'll.
I'll put it in a
Maybe keep
bag
it as
and
like a
probably
backup
go
plan.
upstairs and throw it at some guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so everybody's going to go off to their classrooms. Thorgren
Yeah.
and Inchi, y'all go to the magic defense classroom, which is down here. Blinken, you're going to go off to your workshop, which is up here. And then right next to that is Huel and Elzerna's classroom. And eventually the students begin to file in, and we will do everybody's classroom part of the day. Just let me drag everyone's tokens where they belong. Students rush from the dormitories upstairs down into their classrooms. And the way it works is there's basically 3 or 4 class periods a day. You each teach like a rotation, and then that rotation also changes throughout the week to make sure everybody gets a little bit of education in every subject. You have a free period every day as well. Scalderang, Schemo share a classroom. Lady Faya will be in her office. Thesp is teaching magic. Alchris teaching history. Joester teaching art. There we go. and Victoro teaching house management. Okay, so going to the top of the order, Blinken, it is your turn to teach. Your students are gathered in their desks. You have this classroom set up to be kind of a woodworking shop right now. What are you writing on the board as class starts?
So as I go in and write the board, I'm just going to be like, mindlessly saying, "Welcome, students, gather around." I'm just typing or writing up some notes. So the board's going to say something like the importance of woodworking, and then I'll put in something like comparison of bridges, structures, buildings, trebuchets, stuff like that to let people understand, the differences of how things work with wood and stone and all that.
Okay. Tenzuro has his hand raised when you turn around.
Yes, 10-0.
Before you even finish saying that, he says, "Are you gonna... Do we have to learn math today, Master Blinken? I'm no good at maths."
Oh, no worries. Basically, what I'll show you, I mean, it's going to be measurements, but we're not going to put math applied to like adding or whatever. It's more of
As,
measurements,
as soon as you say measurements, he like sighs really loudly and he starts looking at different woodworking tools that you have set out.
Listen,
He says,
remember the importance of the arrows and such. This is kind of related to that. So you want to make sure again the measure, because if you don't have the right measurement, it's not going to go as far as you think. Just keep that in mind. Everything with woodworking comes with measurements and making sure, as I said, but measure once or measure twice, cut once. Sorry.
"Measure once, cut twice." Yes, sir.
No, measure twice, cut once.
"Measure thrice, cut once."
Sure, we'll go with that.
He says, "Damn it." He was trying to trip you up. Go ahead and roll your performance for the day.
All right, let's see.
This performance roll is how well you do at teaching your classes.
All right. My is performance. Roll high. That's good enough. 14 total.
14 total. Okay, that's not bad at all. So you managed to keep the whole class, which is kind of led by Tenzuro. Like I said, he's the Draco, and these two people are his Crab and Goyle.
Yeah.
The whole classroom kind of goes off what he does. You're able to keep them somewhat interested, and you're teaching them about like engineering principles, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's just basically basic structure so I could baby step into saying, let's do the stage because that's our project, right? So
Okay, with that performance role and having an actual thing to work on, the whole class kind of perks up. They would love to do some hands-on activities.
yep, that's what we're doing.
And they say, "We're in charge of building the stage in the auditorium."
Correct. We should probably start on it, if not tomorrow,
We
the
should
next
start.
day.
Tenzuro says, "We should start with measuring it, right?"
Correct. That's why it is important. We want to make sure the diagram's correct and everything is fit as needed so that it looks presentable and, things are sound and structured. That's the whole point.
Okay, Tenzuro turns back to lean to whisper to his friends, and he thinks he's being quiet, but he's not, and he says, "We can go to the auditorium today when Lord Growlhound is here giving his speech. Mr. Blinken, may we spend a portion of our class today going to take measurements in the auditorium?"
Oh, yeah. I don't see why not. We could do that.
Yes, and Tenzuro thinks he's pulled one over on you. Okay. Let's go to Huel. Huel, this is your section where you teach your class. What are you teaching them today? Yesterday you taught them that normal clay pots are bullshit and they should throw them on the ground. They need reinforced clay pots.
I totally
What are you
forgot
teaching them
that.
today?
God damn it.
Yeah.
I would teach them, like, besides a good foundation for the pot, you need good soil. So he's gonna see if there's like a spot where he can go gather all the kids and then go like get fresh soil from the ground, like show them what's the good dirt and what's the bad dirt and stuff.
Oh, hells yeah. Okay, a little field trip outside the school. So yeah, they gave you like some pre-prepared soil, but like that they're not learning anything by just getting it out of a bag. So the El Torchal College of Science and Magics is nearby, and they actually have a plot of land where they research growing different types of flowers and vegetables. Um, and y'all go there. I'm just gonna say this out here is that area. or there's some trees up here, is that area. And Elzerna walks right up to it as your teaching assistant Stacy, and she points at to it and says, "Good dirt," she says to all the students. And they go, "Oh." Do you have anything you want to teach them about good dirt, Huel?
I'll show them like mud, like it's all crumpled up. Not crumpled up, but like all crusty. I'm like, this stuff is bad. You don't use this, and I'll throw it away.
Elzerna says, "Bad dirt."
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
And they go,
Yeah.
"Oh." Some of the nerds are like writing it down.
Yeah, at the same time, I
Okay.
kind of be like looking around, like keeping
Yeah,
an
yeah.
eye out for the other fellas, and
This would be a good chance to look at the outside of the school.
yeah, like the perimeters and stuff.
Yeah. So again, the school is 3 stories. While you're outside, you can see the first floor, and you can also see the upper floor. It perfectly matches the bottom, so the second floor's layout isn't any different than the first floor's layout. There are no windows upstairs because it is meant for the privacy of noble children, so no real windows up there. You don't know what the roof looks like. And then outside the school, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 side exits, and then the main entrance and exit to the school. And then, of course, there's the downstairs dungeon, which is forbidden.
I'll definitely keep note of that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your performance check for how well you teach the students.
That go through? Hey,
Yep. Looks like it just came through. What'd you get? 21.
21.
21. Nice. So yeah, you're able to teach them a lot about like good dirt and bad dirt. Like you want that dirt that's got a little bit of moisture in it and not uniform dirt. It needs to be like a bunch of different types of things. You want some mud in there, you want some just plain brown dirt because all of those have different nutrients. And you're able even to find a couple of worms and you teach the kids about what the worms do inside the soil and stuff like that. And the kids are really excited. They actually want to take a few worms and bring them back to the classroom for the plants that you have growing in the classroom. Do you approve of that?
Yeah, I'll tell him for sure.
Hells yeah.
Grab a couple for each plant now, he'll tell them, and
Oh, okay, yeah. So they go nuts. They get a lot of dirt, a lot of different types of dirt. Just a second. Okay. So good job on your class today, Huel. Oh, by the way, I will be giving out an award for best teacher at the end of the week. Thorgrin and Inchi, it is your turn now. So I'll let each of you have an action teaching the class. I'll say you divide it up in half. So Thorgrin, let's let you go first since you rolled the initiative. What do you teach the children today in magic defense?
Okay, so very quickly, I would just like to point out all the stolen goods are currently hidden in the back of the classroom, where hopefully none of them will find it.
Okay. Like you stashed it into your desk or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And she whispers under his trench coat, "Keep it safe. Keep it slow."
safe and slow. We're gonna work on hand-eye coordination today, and I'm going to how many hand axes do I have? I'm gonna
Oh
put both
boy.
hand axes on the table. Yeah,
Mhm.
so we're gonna learn hand-eye coordination today. Can't cast your spells without knowing where you're gonna put them.
And one of your students, Bobby Lee, steps forward and goes, "And how are we going to learn magic defense with these hand axes?"
I don't trust you to do magic yet.
He goes, "It's a school for young sorcerers and wizards."
You remember the dip, dodge, dive, and duck and dodge lessons you had the other day?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pick up the hand axe.
Jesus just throws an axe at a kid.
I'm not throwing it at the kid.
You've had a one-track mind this whole session.
I know.
The kid
woke-
got a
I woke
kid
up
got
and it was violence.
the kid got a 9 on his dexterity check.
Well, I wasn't throwing it at him.
Yeah. But he does it anyway, and you notice it's not a very good roll. He
So
goes, yeah, I guess we do need to learn some more."
And she shakes his head.
now I want you all to watch this very, very carefully. Now I'm not holding the axe now, okay? I put it back on the table.
Okay.
And I'm going to, as fast as I can, pick up that axe and throw it at the wall. Like, try to get it to stick into the concrete or, like, the rocks.
Okay. Roll a strength check. If you get above a 13, it'll stick in the wall.
Cool. I'm going to recklessly throw this axe at the wall. An 8.
18, nice.
Yep.
Oh, very nice. Okay,
So-
yep, it just sticks right into the wall and it goes.
Now I'm going to look at the kids and go, if I used magic, I wouldn't have even had to have reached for the axe. I would have just had to point my hand at you. Magic defense is all about visualizing something happening before it does. Being able to see the axe coming is how you dodge. And then I realized, wait, I'm using hand axes and I'm gonna pop the heads off, so it's just the handles.
Okay,
So
so it's just sticks now.
Just sticks now. So if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a spell.
I was gonna say you're just doing dodgeball.
Oh my.
Okay, so the kids are gonna split up and they are gonna spend time throwing sticks at each other and practicing dodging out of the way. Thorgren, roll a performance check for your portion of the class today.
10.
10, you do not do such a great job teaching, and the kids end up throwing the sticks at each other and hitting each other more often than they should, and not really ducking and weaving out of the way. Inchi, it is your half on top, your half teaching the class. What do you want to teach the children about magical defense today?
Roll 20's not working, so I'm grabbing me a physical D20.
Okie dokie.
There we go. All right. And she's looking out over them, seeing their poor performance as they're throwing around these sticks, and she claps his hands. Okay. We only got so many sticks to go around. Does everybody know how to cast minor illusion?
And one of them, Bobby Lee, raises his hand and says, I know how.
And she snaps his fingers and points to him. I know you could. All right, Mr. Bobley. I want you standing up front, and you're going to show everyone how it's done. Okay?
Oh, okay. What do you want? What do you want me to make, sir?
You've proven to be a good dodger, a good cowarder. Now, I want you to cast a little flame from your fingers, but it's just an illusion. We don't want anyone hurt, but you get to dodge the sticks, and the others will dodge your and she does air quotes. They will dodge your flames.
Okay, sir. I can do that. Do you have any pointers on casting a minor illusion? I've only done it a few times. It's hard.
And
The
she
further it gets away from you, the harder it is to maintain the magic.
well, it depends on what you're casting and how many fingers you're using. And she holds up his index and his middle finger together,
Okay.
and then he just does a little twirl with it, and then you just go swish and flick, and then he casts a little flame right from his fingers right there, just like that. You see that, kids? Just a little swish and flick.
All the students go, ooh, like they're impressed by that. That's what they wanted to learn in this class. And they all like mimic your hand motion, swish and flick. Go ahead and roll your performance, Inchi.
Roll 20's trying to work. Come on. 11.
Hey, an 11, perfect. So
No, it's not.
Bobby Lee doesn't like master it quite, but he's able to get off a few firebolt-looking minor illusions, and everybody's throwing sticks back and forth. Some of the other children try to cast magic illusion or minor illusion, and they're able to make a few sparks from their finger. One of them, the half-elf child, was able to make flames appear in his fingers for a second, but he got scared of it and it went out pretty quickly. These children have a long way to go to learn magic, but they continue practicing throwing the sticks back and forth and the fire bolts. They're not particularly great at it today. Yesterday went a lot better. But as Bobby Lee is casting minor illusion and throwing it at the child that he's sparring with, you remember a
Wixer
section,
Fionite.
Wixer Fionite. You remember that book you read that taught you magic, the book of magic card tricks and other illusions. Uh, the author of it, somebody with the last name Cronus, said once, "Illusion magic is the most powerful of magics, because what's more powerful, an actual fireball or someone thinking a fireball is coming straight for them?"
And she tries to paraphrase this as his students are failing in front of him. Kids, what's more powerful, an actual fireball, or making your opponent think there's a fireball? Eh?
Bobby Lee says, "An actual fireball."
No.
All right. It is Schema Weird Bottle's turn. he is teaching off in his classroom, and he's trying to teach different people flutes and stuff like that. He is having difficulty though because he always wants to go off script, and Mr. Scaldering says, "No, no, no. Do not teach the children those vulgar ways. Play what is on the page, Mr. Kelsia." All right, Blinken, back to you. It is your action for the day. You can perform it at any time of the day that you wish. What would you like to do?
Probably, once we get to the auditorium, I want to get a good mental picture, or draw everything to actually have. Because the plan is, I'm going to make two different blueprints, just in case. One is for the actual kids to work on, and the other one is ideas of where I could put trapdoors in. While we're like looking at the auditorium stage and just kind of looking through, like talking to the kids, saying like, I don't know what exactly the structure we want to build, but it's going to be, I think for this type of setting, somewhat elegant. So we'll probably have pillars, a couple of bars here, and I'm like pointing at different spots, and
Okay.
kind of giving them the idea of what to expect for this project, and then I'll explain that I'll make this blueprint, and I'll probably come up with another couple of pictures, a couple of blueprints later for different trapdoor ideas, because that's what the
Yeah.
current idea was at the time. So
Yeah. So this audience chamber that you're going into, this is where Lord Victoro is teaching this year. This map is not scaled properly to your tokens.
yeah,
I could do that. I'll probably do that before the heist.
Yeah.
Definitely. But let's say right now this stage is 30 feet across
okay,
from here to here. And then the circle that they're on is 40 feet in radius. It just
Okay.
has the walls right here at an odd point, so it's 30 feet across there.
Okay.
And then the entire auditorium can seat, oh, what does that look like to you? 30 people?
yeah, 30-ish.
30-ish?
I'll
There's
say
a little
30 to
booth.
40, probably 30 to 40 people,
Yeah.
depending.
30 to 40. Some people can stand, so yeah, 40. There's a little booth back here with some magic charms that they can use to make different lights happen on stage. And then you notice that there's a door right beside the stage, right here,
Mhm.
that leads back to a little like craft and storage area. And then there is a prep room right here that also has a door coming out into the seating area of the auditorium, and a door leading back to the craft area with the door to the stage.
Okay.
As you walk in, though, with Tenzuro, Tenzuro has a little string tape measure that you would unfurl and have to roll back up. And you have one as so that y'all can both get a measurement, and then you'll
Yeah.
double check his.
Yep.
And as you walk in, you notice that there is a guest lecturer today. It is Lord Growlhound. Now,
Mhm.
Inchi knows that Lord Growlhound has actually been taken over by one of Xanathar and Nilhor's mind flayers,
Right.
but he has not told the rest of the group that.
Yep. I
And
remember
then
that.
standing in the back here with Lady Amala Castellanter is Lady Growlhound. You can
Huh.
see that Lady Amala is politely talking to Lady Growlhound, and Lady Growlhound usually gives a short response. Victoro is sitting right here in a chair watching his friend Lord Growlhound give this lecture. And
Okay.
when you walk in, Lord Growlhound is saying, "And that is what I will do when I am in charge of this city as the open lord with the election in a few months' time. See, look at what has happened to our city. We have given the peasants just a little bit of power. Oh, we're not supposed to call them peasants these days. That's rude to say. They're free people now. But look, crime has shot up rapidly. Us nobles' children, we are under attack. Look at what has happened to Elzerna Castellata, and the various things that have happened here in this very villa. We need more security in this city. So, as you are planning out your futures, you need to make room in your budgets for more guards. Especially when we are able to get the peasantry back under control, many of them will come up to you and beg you to be your guards, because it is one of the most dependable ways to make copper pieces as a peasant, and it is a good job too. And Victoro stands up and says, "And I will add to what my friend says." Did someone? Oh, okay, Brax will be right back. "And I will add on to what the good Lord says," Victoro says. "Treat your gods very well and very kindly. They are not serving staff, they are not cleaning staff. They are meant to protect you, and they will protect you if you like them more. Make sure you give them extra meals. Make sure you slip them a gold coin every once in a while. Loyalty, children, can be bought." And Blinken, as this is happening, they allow you to make some measurements, especially because Tenzuro is with you, and Tenzuro is listening very intently to what Lord Grauhund says.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I'll
Uh,
be doing is, basically say, sorry, just making some measurements here, and then, go on my way.
Okay, I'll let you make a check in here. As you're getting these measurements, Lord Grauhund and Lord Victoro are talking to each other, as is Lady Amala and Lady Grauhund. You can spy on one of these conversations.
Hmm,
You just need to pick and roll a perception check.
okay. I will go with the Lady Grauhoon conversation.
Okay, or
Perception.
if you
Yeah.
prefer, you can roll a stealth check.
Okay. Probably do stealth. That'll be here. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Roll. Ooh, that's good. It'll be 19 total for stealth.
okay. Yeah, definitely whenever we do the heist, I'm going to shrink down everyone's tokens to the
Yeah.
size they should be, and make sure the scale is right. But what'd you get?
19 total for stealth.
Ooh, 19? That is very, very good. So you're actually able to hear both sides of the conversation. Lady Amala says, "So we have actually gotten some of the society's security stationed around the school. In addition to the City Watch and the Royal Guards, there are going to be a few invisible creatures from our Lord protecting the school. So the other noble children, they will be safe. We need not worry about losing our investments here. Plus, there's the endowment. That is going to be safe as well. No one is pulling out of that." And Lady Grauhund says, "Yes, yes, that's very good, Amala." And you can tell that she's kind of forcing that out. She is very incredibly disinterested in the
Yeah.
conversation from this human, Lady Amala. And Lady Grauhund says, again, forcing herself to kind of engage with it, "Amala, I heard that at the Founders' Day parade you were going to be cooking for the peasants? That doesn't sound like you at all." And Amala says, "Yes, yes. Well, you know what our Lord demands of us. So, yes, I'm trying something out. We will have them come to us and ask us for treats, and we will be able to deliver them what we need them to take in." And Lady Grauhund says, "My Amala, you're becoming quite devilish in your age." And she has, like, for the first time you've seen, a slight smile on her face.
Okay.
Okay, so Blinken, that is your action for the day. We'll say that that was the back half of your class.
Okay.
Okay, Huel, you and Stacy get to perform an action today. What would you like it to be?
I'd be trying to sneak around and kind of just like attain more information, like maybe where this mandolin is hidden. Maybe I'll try to go talk with the music teacher.
Okay, okay. Oh, shoot, Blinken, one more thing. So there is a door right here as well that leads to that little booth. And it's also raised like 8 feet off the ground so it can see over the chairs and have a good view of the stage.
Okay.
And now that you've spent some time looking at this, I'll take a screenshot of it without these tokens, and you have like a sketch of it that you can use for your planning set parts, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Let me get that real quick, and then Huel will do that for you. Okay, so Huel, you and your teacher assistant, Elzerna, go to the music classroom. As you get up there close to it, you hear some off-pitch notes of some flutes coming from the room, and you also hear a couple of kids singing in unison, again, not quite on note. You come into the room, and Mr. Scaldering here, the master of chorus, is trying to teach these children to sing an old Waterdeep song. And he says, children, children, if you want to perform in the play, you need to be able to sing the notes properly and sing them right. You need to sing as one voice. Use your diaphragm. Use your diaphragm, I tell you. And Schemo is over here with a child trying to teach him a flute. So what did you want to do?
Yeah, kind of just the music teacher's in here. He's
Yeah.
teaching.
Yeah, that's Mr. Skalderang.
Yeah, I'll
I'll
go
say,
see.
yeah, he gets frustrated with the children and he sends them away. So he's available right now.
Yeah, we'd come over and kind of chit chat for a few minutes. They'd like talk about the morning and ask about his classes.
He goes, just another day of teaching these wonderful students. I never thought there would be the days where I missed Elzana Castellanta, but she at least always paid attention. And Stacy says, yes, I've heard many teachers say that. She was an excellent student, was she not? All right, Hugh,
I-
how did you want to broach this subject?
Because a talent show, right, coming up, I'd kind of poke and prod and be like, I work in the garden a lot, but I like to go to the music shows and the taverns to listen to the performers. And was wondering if you knew anything, Mrs. Skolderang, about if they were doing any musical shows for the talent show.
He says, yes, Master, the Lees came to me yesterday and said that their son Bobby wanted to sing part of an opera. The man has a nice vibrato voice, if only he could control it a little bit more. So I'm trying to teach them how to do that. I was going to be in charge of teaching Elzania how to play the lute, but fortunately I don't have to do that anymore, as Mr. Kelsia here, and he says, pointing over at Schemo, has gotten the charge of teaching Tenzero how to play. And the less time I have to spend with Tenzero Castellanta, the better.
I see.
It is a damn shame. His father said that he was going to loan him, or loan the girl, the boy as well, a Kenneth mandolin. Quite rare. I have a collection back home, and none of the legend instruments are a part of it. They tend to get snatched up by adventurers and wasted on them.
Yeah, those pesky adventurers taking stuff that doesn't belong to them, you know?
Yes, and abusing it. They don't take care of it. Something like that should be for the lords and ladies and the educated commoner like me to enjoy. Instead, they use it to play songs about various vile acts around a campfire. Do they not know what music is for? So he seems to know a bit about instruments of the bards.
I don't want to ask him flat out, but
Yeah, everything.
I want to ask him flat out.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of shoved the responsibility of this off to Schemo, so Schemo kind of knows everything Skalderang knows about, like Victoro summoning the mandolin during the talent show. But if you wanted to ask him a question about the mandolin, I'm sure you could do that.
I'm just trying to think of ways, like from one old head to another. Is this instrument in the building?
He says, "Oh, the Kenneth mandolin? Well," and he looks around. "Don't tell anyone I told you this, but Lord Victoro tends to trust me with such things. I'm an advisor to his cultural commitments. I sometimes pick the bards for their parties that they throw." He says, "The Kenneth mandolin is dismissed to the astral plane when it is not summoned to whoever it is attuned to. Victoro Castellanta has made sure that it is attuned to each member of his bloodline, so it would be him, his two children, but not Lady Amala Castellanta. Once it is summoned, it can be handed off and passed around, and he would need to hold it again to be able to dismiss it back to the astral plane."
And Victoro can do this?
Yes, it is attuned to Victoro, so he is the only one who can summon it and dismiss it. Someone else would have to spend multiple days sitting with the instrument and learning to play it and learning to attune with the instrument before it left Victoro's care and entered theirs. He doesn't use it very often. I've been thinking of trying to buy it from him. It is quite the useful instrument. It'll play itself. It is capable of charming people. It can even cast a few spells, although I'm not sure what this exact one can do.
I've heard a few stories around the tap about them. Haven't seen one myself though. I would love to
Oh,
grace them with my eyes.
I did manage to see one once from a traveling band of adventurers. The music they played was most vulgar, but the Kenneth man, but the instrument they were using, it was flute, was very nice. The notes very pure. So
I
what
see.
did you want to learn something else from him? Maybe I can help you out with it.
Well, that's all. I was trying to pester him for the location of it, right? So we kind of don't know where it is, but we know who has like attunement to it. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Victoro has technically Victoro has it all the time. He just has to summon it. Otherwise, it is somewhere in the astral plane.
yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Okay.
I'd
Let me
probably just
see.
kind of sit and chat with him about like
Okay.
just random music things till I started to see Elzira's getting bored, and then
She actually is trying to be helpful, and she steps forward and says, "Master Scald." Oh, that's not her voice. Master Scaldering, sir. What happens if you come into possession of of one of these instruments of the bards, but you are not attuned to it? And he says, "Well, if you did try to play the instrument and you weren't properly attuned to it, there is a possibility that it could hurt you, or even worse. Like I said, it has spells inside of it. Trying to use it without being properly attuned, you could cast a spell at random." She says, "Ah, I see, I see. I have not had much practice or with magic items myself, being a herbologist. Herbalist? Herbologist." And that's all she can think of. All right, Huel, as you are done with this action, you step out of the classroom and into the hallway, and Elzerna and you talk for a little bit, and she says, "Well, it doesn't sound like it will hurt us if we just pick it up out of Tinzero's hands. Plus, you heard what he said. I could grab it and play it, and it wouldn't affect me at all."
his risky. But do you know how to play music?
She says, "Yes, I've learned how to play the piano, and I've wanted to learn the lute as well. You're a bard, Master Huel. Perhaps you could teach me some. You or Schemo."
Perhaps we could both teach you a thing or two.
She looks like very genuinely excited about that. And she reaches into her bag and she pulls out the bell you gave her a few sessions ago. And she shows you that she can keep it on beat. And then she does like a few little patterns with it. She does a paradiddle with it. She says, "Ooh, look at this. You can also," and she like holds down the bell and hits it on a wood door. And it kind of makes like a muffled little note. And she says, "That could be an interesting instrument, right?"
Yeah, the bell. That could work.
Yeah. As you two are talking, Huel, this door right here in one of the rooms that you have not been in, it is Lord Thess' office, opens, and the Jester Bard from the Sea Maidens Fair steps out, and he slips something into his pocket, and he closes the door, and he looks around, kind of surprised to see you two, and he says, "Oi, says, ma'am, how are you today?"
Bow, and we're doing well, doing well. How fares yourself?
He says, "Oh, just looking for the privies. Do you know where they are at this school? They hired me to play in the Great Hall, and I have to stay here all day."
His one eyebrow is gonna raise, and he's like the privy is. You go past that guard over there. He's gonna point down the hall. You go around and up those stairs.
He goes,
You should be able to find it.
"Thank you, sir."
We'll give him a pat on the back and be like, "Oh,
Okay. He is still trying to shove something into his pocket. Would you like to try to take a look at it?
oh yeah." Like trying, like I said, I'm patting him on the back and kind of like not brush him along, but
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
keep an eye on him.
Go ahead and roll a perception check as he passes by you then.
14.
14, you can tell that it is something that is multiple tools inside of a leather pouch, but you're not sure what kind of tools they are. And he says, "Oh, yeah, thanks, mate." And he walks off towards the privies. All right, that is Huel and Elzerna's turn. Going back to Thorgrin and Inshi. Thorgrin, let's do your action first. Y'all can do your actions separately, and you each get one, or perform the action together and kind of get an advantage on the roll.
What is the
Mi-
current time in game? Like, are
Th-
there any classes going on?
this can happen at whatever time of day you want. So if you want to go to another teacher while they're teaching, I'll just say that it works out that you can do that. If you want to go during lunch, you can do that. Your off period, kind of like it's a free action. So whatever you want to do, I'll make.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait out front of the nurse's office for the nurse, or who I'm assuming is the nurse, to like
Okay.
come out and leave.
Okay.
At which point I'm going to sneak in and we're going to try to steal that crate of healing potion.
Does this have to count as my action?
No, not unless you agree to it.
No.
Okay. So Thorgrim, you'll be doing this solo. So
Yeah, and she just hops off his shoulders.
yeah. You do this during your free period, so you don't have any students right now, so they don't notice something like that. Okay. Thorgrim, you wait out here kind of by the grand entrance. You can hear right outside the doors, there's that Griffin cavalry rider and his Griffin. It's Griffin McElroy and his Griffin Beaksley. And around lunchtime, the mage that's in here in the medical wing leaves and heads up towards the Great Hall. But before she leaves, she locks the door to the medical wing, and then she walks up to the Great Hall.
Okay. I'm going to quick look around. Is there
Okay.
anybody there?
There's the guards standing by this staircase right here. That staircase goes up to the dormitories and down to the dungeons.
Ooh, this could get interesting. Can we come back to me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Inshi, it is your action. What would you like to do?
And she casts invisibility.
Fantastic.
And
That would end your disguise self.
yeah, well, that's not going to be much help if I walk into this class, half my size.
Okay.
So I figured cast invisibility, and I forget what teacher I tried to sneak into his class. I forget his name.
Well, I guess this actually wouldn't end your disguise self, so because it's not concentration. So
Aha.
whenever you dismiss your invisibility, you will still be disguised as a teacher. Lord Thesp up here was the teacher of magic.
There we go. Yeah, and she would like to just sneak into his classroom while he's teaching. Just stay hidden near the back and try to learn from him.
Okay. Inshi, what kind of magic would you like to be learning?
Err. I've got one in mind, but I'm tempted to just roll a d6 and do a random one. No, I'll just do conjuration if that's what he's teaching.
All right, so you wait for his conjuration period. Give me just a second. Okay, Inshi, so you slip into the back of the classroom. Roll a stealth check with advantage to open the door and come in without anyone noticing.
Will do.
Hey,
got a 19.
19. Yep, so you're able to come in at a time when Thesp is facing away from the door and all the students are watching him. You step in, and the first things you hear is, "Students, I am not angry, but if one of you stole the wands and the amulet, please, you don't have to say anything to me. Just make sure it's back on the desks by the morning, and I will not get any more angry than I already am. The school is kept alive by generous donations from its funders. We cannot be buying magic wands every day. They are expensive even for us nobles." But he continues on with his lecture, and he's teaching conjuration cantrips. So he shows off acid splash. He shows off mage hand. He conjures a magical ghostly blue hand that can float around the room and pick up objects. He shows off poison spray, where he makes a cloud of poison appear right out of his hands. And he does it to a nearby plant that has some insects on it, and the plants and the insects stop flying and fall to the table dead. And then he also shows off one called Sword Burst, where he makes some spectral blades appear around him and sweep around him in a circle. And it sweeps through the area that's 5 feet around him. And he says, "That one is an excellent trick if you ever find yourself surrounded by various bandits in the night. They never see it coming. It is one of the lesser used conjuration spells. There are, of course, more powerful conjuration magics like conjure lightning, create food and water. You can even conjure lesser demons if you get good enough at this. Conjuration can be used for a variety of things, but its ability to summon and conjure things are what it is most known for."
Whoa, those are some good illusions.
Yes, the Conjuration School of Magic calls materials, creatures, or energy to you. It brings things from one place or one plane to where you are. It is a mastery over time and space. You are not producing the energy yourself. You are summoning it from somewhere else where it already exists.
Already, already, already exists. No. What? No. And she contemplates some illusions that can actually be real.
Yes, yes. It is not creation. It is actually summoning something already created. Creating your own lightning, it would require mastery over the arcane forces that a normal person, that even a skilled wizard struggles with. But through the magic of conjuration, even a low-level sorcerer, a wizard, a warlock can summon powerful elemental forces to his own hands.
And she is perplexed. He's curious. And after a while of listening to this teacher, he sneaks back outside. If I'm
Um,
allowed to just,
Real quick,
yeah, stealth roll.
as he is going on with his lecture, he says, "And if you truly master conjuration magic, you can even cast the wish spell." And the children perk up and they go, "You can cast it at will?" "Well, you can cast it once or twice before the magic blows through you, but yes." And as he says that, one of these cats runs through the wall over here, and like its paws slip on this ice, and it runs off to the other side of the room, and then it hops onto this table right here, and it like licks at the fingers of the child sitting here, and it goes, "Ew, kitten, get away!" And it walks onto the table, and it walks, and then right here it stops, and Inchi, it turns and it looks at you, and its eyes blink, but not like a normal cat's should blink. They blink from the side, and it's looking directly at you.
And she narrows his eyes and mean mugs that cat as he tries to walk out of this room, just making eye contact with that cat the whole time.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for the humanoids in the room, again with advantage.
So, advantage. Oh, I needed that one. 14.
Yeah, very good. You were able to get through the door again, and as you step through, you remember one of the first things you did at this school was cast fear on one of these cats when it came up to bother you. And you remembered
Hmm.
that the image that it conjured up was the image of Victoro Castellanter about to backslap it. All right, Thorgrin, back over to
Well,
you.
can
What?
I do one last thing?
Yeah.
And she, after watching the teacher, would like to try to cast create bonfire in this hallway.
Okay. Create bonfire on the ground you can see within range. Bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in that 5-foot cube would take 1d8 fire damage, and you can cast it at 5th, 11th, and 17th level. Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Okay. Arcana disadvantage. 13.
Okay, so even with a 13, you've struggled. Like all the illusions you've ever made, you've summoned like your wiles, your trickery, and you've been able to funnel and use your magic through that. And you're able to create tricks on people or cast various illusions. This one, it's a bit different. You pull the magic into yourself, and you can feel as if somewhere else in the world there is a small fire, and you are connected there. You're connected there and here at the same time. There, in your left hand, is the bonfire that's in some forest around a group of adventurers sitting down for a midday meal. And then you're here in this hallway, and you try to bring these two together to the same place to pull the fire towards the hallway and to pull the hallway towards the fire. And you're able to force your hands together and you bring them to the same place. And right here, Inshi, you create a little bonfire. You took a little bit of those people's bonfire and you made it and you brought it here into this hallway.
The thing that surprises Inchi the most is that he feels the actual warmth coming from this fire.
Yes,
And he just.
it's real. It gives off heat. It gives off light, like it's lighting the walls of this place. Little sparks of whatever they're burning appear here as well. And you can even smell smoke because it is creating smoke.
And she will stand there and admire it for a minute while we switch back to whoever's next.
You admire it for a full minute,
For a second.
Okay. You dismiss the fire. You send it back to the place it came from. And another thing that surprises you, as you dismiss it, and the flames and the heat and the light disappear, there are scorch marks on the ground because you really brought it here. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to get another drink.
It's a big moment. I need to learn me some conjuration spells.
All right, guys, I'm back. Thorgrin, are you ready?
Yes and no. So I'm gonna tell you what the plan is, and we'll see.
Okay. What's the plan?
Well, you said that they don't want us to go into the dungeon.
Uh-huh.
There's literally just one guard between me and the dungeon.
True dat. True dat.
But if I attack a guard, it's just gonna up security.
True dat.
Can I jimmy the door open?
Jimmy the door to the medical room?
Yeah.
You can certainly try. Like, do you want to try to do it in a dexterous way or like break the lock with strength?
I mean, okay, so what I'm gonna do, gonna go lean against the wall, put my hand behind my back, grab the doorknob.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull it out. Just
she's-
remove.
Oh, you're gonna try to pull like the knob out?
Yeah, I'm pulling the knob out.
Okay. I would say do this as a stealth check with a disadvantage, or a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Nope, I will most definitely take stealth if that's cool.
This is sleight of hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
with disadvantage?
disadvantage. Oof. All right, so you try to like crush the doorknob and pull it out, but you're not quite able to. And you kind of make a noise as you're trying to pull it out. And the guard looks over towards you and takes a step towards you, and he says, "Oi, Professor, what you doing over there?"
I'm gonna throw out my right leg, fall back to the door, and be like, "Ah! I keep tripping on my robe. Sorry about that. I'm gonna adjust the trench coat a little bit. Gonna scuttle off."
He says, "Yeah, be careful with that." All right, you scuttle off. And that is going to be your action for the day. You failed it.
But I saved it.
Yeah, you saved it there at the end. You didn't get into a fight in the hallway. All right.
Oh, it was taking everything in me.
Jesus. Okay. So it is once again, the end of the day. All the teachers gather in the Great Hall to wish goodbye to the students. Some of the teachers stay here at night. Some of the teachers have homes inside the city. Lord Growlhound and Lady Bala are still here. They are talking to the teachers and talking to the parents of the students as they come to pick them up. Does anybody else want to do anything at the school before we call it for the day?
Yes.
Not me.
I'm going to go up to that little shit Castellanter's room and dump out all the stolen stuff. Like, try to hide it under the mattress, like behind a pillow. I'm gonna hide one in a book if I can.
So the Castellanter brat stays at his home in Castellanter Villa. You've been to it. That's where you got Elzerna from. So he does not stay at the school.
Oh, I thought they had rooms for the students in case of
The
emergency.
guards are guarding the entrances.
Also, yeah, you'd have to get past a guard to get upstairs. You'd have to get past a guard to get upstairs.
I mean, I could make a trek to Castellanter Villa.
You could, but you'd have to deal with all their increased security as well.
I punched my way through the first time. I'm sure I could do it again.
You know, the first time you went through the one path where you didn't run into any trouble. That's what you did. There's so much cool stuff at Castellanter Manor that you just walked right by because you picked the
Yeah.
exact right path.
Are you trying to prevent me from going back to go check it?
No,
Purposely fuck up?
No, I'm mad at myself that it was way too easy to sneak into Castellanter Manor.
Well, I'm thinking maybe I'll go there after school and put all the shit in the kid's bed.
Okay. That is certainly possible. There's still more things to discover at Castellanter Villa, and including framing up a child for theft. Okay. Okay. Thorgrin is sitting over here like stewing. He wasn't able to steal as much stuff from the school as he wanted today. Anybody else want to do anything at the school?
No, for the love of God, I'm like, no, I don't want to go.
I can't think of anything.
I can't.
All right. Schemo says, Blinks, did you get any measurements on that hall? Did you get a sketch of it? We could use that when we're back at the tavern making the plans.
Yeah, I'm almost done with a rough sketch, but I got the measurements and everything.
He says, "Okay," and I double checked with Master Skaldarang, and Huel asked him as well. Yeah, the only way to get it from the astral plane is for Victoro to summon it. It's actually really useful. Froggy used to use that to keep people from stealing it all the time. You know, he has to actually summon it in order to bring it here in the material plane.
Understood.
Okay, so I will take you all back to
So-
what's up.
I'll just as we're walking and talking, like on the way back, and then he'll be smoking a pipe, like wooden pipe, just pulls it out.
Okay.
He's like, "Is there a way to get to the astral plane from where we are? Is that some place we can just go?"
Uh, yeah. Schemo says, God, this girl is so loud. Schemo says, yeah, there's a couple ways to get to the astral plane. I could banish you. You would disappear for an hour or a day, depending on how I did it. But the thing about the astral plane is, it's vast, man. It's infinite. Like, there's no way for you to actually figure out where this one item there is. You'd have to basically rely on luck to somehow stumble into it.
And who knows if you could breathe in there?
Yeah, and there's things like that. The astral plane is not meant for people to live in. You'd have to be insane, damn near suicidal.
Like a gnome.
He's sitting there thinking he's puffing his peace pipe, or not peace pipe, it's his smoke pipe. And
Yeah, what's in this big old pipe?
he's just smoking.
Straight silk root powder.
Yeah, right to the dome. No, he's just smoking a little bit of tobacco. Nothing
Nothing crazy.
crazy. Yeah, ain't getting sauce in the streets. No, he's just sitting there smoking and pondering. Like even after saying that, like, oh, it'd be hard to get there. He's still thinking about trying to get there. Like if the instrument travels there, there's got to be a way where we can travel there, just like the instrument, right?
Schemo
that's-
says, "What's up?"
Well, I was going to say that's what Schemo just said. It would be temporary, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you'd
that's
need,
what I mean. There's-
you'd need lifetimes to search the entirety of the astral plane. Now, maybe if you were holding on to the instrument while he dismissed it, that might work. That's kind of how teleportation magic works. If you're touching someone who teleports, you can teleport with them under the right conditions. You could also cast a locate objects spell, but you'd have to know exactly what the Caneth Mandolin or the Golden Axe looks like right now. And I don't know if Victoro has modified it in any way. I doubt he kept it how Froggy kept it, where it looked all cool and sick. He probably made it look all boring and noble.
It has been a while since then.
And Schemo grinds his teeth and he says, yeah, 9 fucking years.
Definitely will look different by now. Then, shit. Oh, it'll cover his mouth when he says that. He'll actually be saying that. Like,
Yeah, y'all are outside of the school. You're walking your way back. You could even dismiss your disguises and probably be fine. Well, it is 11 o'clock, boys. I think that we can call it here for the night,
Yeah.
yes,
unless everybody wants to keep playing.
I mean, it seems like a good spot as we can ponder what to do next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just, casting a whole bunch of bonfires as they walk back to the manor.
It is a cantrip.
Yep.
Yeah, you can cast
Uh,
unlimited times, just all over.
After this session, if you want to cast that, though, it needs to be one of your. Well, no, I don't make you prepare your spells, so I guess you're good.
Well, isn't that the wizard's whole gist, though? They don't really need to prepare spells.
No, Wizards'
No.
whole shtick is they prepare spells.
Is that they
Like-
absolutely have to.
They
Yeah.
are book nerds. That's how they learn magic. They need
They-
to prepare. They need to study.
They can learn any spell, they just have to prepare it. But I don't make my players do prepared spells because I don't do prepared spells. It's so annoying.
I think it's only like 50 gold to learn a new spell, unless your class says otherwise, like
10
25.
times 10 times the level in gold
Mhm.
cost.
Yeah.
This is good
Yeah.
to know. The campaign I'm DMing right now, I was under the impression I've got a wizard and a sorcerer in my party, and I said that wizards can cast any spell, and sorcerers just need to have their prepared spells. But apparently I am wrong. I need to look more into this.
So sorcerers cast magic because they themselves inherited the magic from like a previous family member.
Okay.
That's how you get the bloodlines, right? The draconic bloodline. You
Yeah,
yourself become a dragon, and
The sorcerer's dad is an actual dragon, so that lines up.
That works. Yeah, and then they can only have like what certain. I always get sorcerers and warlock confused.
Sorcerers have sorcery points that let them augment spells, and they also don't need to prepare spells because the spells they pick, because they have a limit per level, that you are stuck with those spells. You cannot swap them out unless given the option during a later class feature.
I think
Interesting.
there's certain like when you level up, I think you can switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
you can't swap out spells on the fly. Like, between
Yeah.
levels, you're stuck with what you got.
Or a long rest. I think it's only on like Braxton under certain circumstances.
Yeah.
I go
ahead.
good.
Oh no, I was going to jump to Warlock. So
Oh no, I was just gonna say I doubt I'm gonna crack down on my players. I feel like they're already pretty comfortable with the setup that I have with them, so I'm gonna probably just still run with this. But I will look more into this for future DMing, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
don't
Yeah.
fix what ain't broke.
It's
Just
a game, right? Like as long as everyone's having fun, you know.
Here's what I
Oh, yeah.
look at as a DM is they're guidelines. So if it makes sense to bend it, then bend it. Because I don't like is the actual rule of drinking a potion is you have to take an action. I don't like that. Take a bonus action to drink potion.
Oh, that makes total
90%.
sense.
90% of DMs usually do that as bonus action potion.
I
Yeah,
think
because
that
that's
is
bullshit.
actually like the new ruling as.
Well,
of
now it is
20.
new, yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the old actual
fucking
rule, yeah.
I mean, it
potion
makes
for an
total
action
sense.
is crazy. I remember I played one game where it was like that, and it was torture
Yeah, it's stupid.
because like we had to pick using a potion or our
Like,
whole turn.
you have a small vial. It's not like a fucking barrel. That makes no sense.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And it is
My
your
guys
game.
won't stay
Remember,
still long.
it is your game.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
My guys won't stay still long enough to actually get a damn potion, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I think it's working out all right, and I feel like it's still fair because sorcerers still get the sorcery point thing, so they can amp